I'm hosting. Oh, Mike, I'm it. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Clashing
Hi, my
Conferences
name is.
Basketball Podcast. I am your handsome host, Rick Ramon, joined by my handsome brethren. Hello, boys. How we doing?
Who's
Doing
number
good.
two? Who's the most
Hello.
number two ever handsome guy on the pod?
You all have to fight for it later. We'll deal with
I
that
thought
later.
I
Anybody
got
but
that.
you
I
Yeah.
thought I got that when I
or
hosted the
Paul.
first ever members group. Paul.
I said or Paul. Anybody
Oh.
but you or Paul.
We're already going off the rails.
All right,
Ladies
go
and
ahead.
gentlemen, it is not that time, but we are acting like it is. So, welcome to the Basketball Podcast. Once again, I'm your host, Rick Ramon. We're here to talk about basketball.
Hey
We weren't here
now.
last week. A lot happened last week, boys. What happened? What happened last week? Topher, do you know what happened last week? What happened?
We took the week off.
Who? Who's we? You French?
No, we. Yeah, we all took the week off. We just took a week off, and yeah,
What about the team behind you, though?
the Knicks got eliminated. All right, we lost. We lost in six to Indiana. All right, and it was a little hard. Listen, and I'm glad, and I'll say I needed an extra week to heal. I'm still a little. I'm not happy. It's still hard to watch the finals, but you know what? It was the window just opened. So let's go. I'm
Okay.
excited for the all season.
All right.
Excited for the Giants too. So let's go.
Okay. Time out.
Let's go.
Too far, too quick. All right.
Insanity.
Boys, before we get started,
Linsanity.
we give a shout out to our sponsors. I'm not going to ask any of you guys to do it. I'm going to do it. You ready?
Yes.
Juice, you're a barber. I know you're a barber, and I know you can cut hair, but also, if you can't go see Juice, you know you should go see if you're in the Lancaster, PA area? Lean at Sparrow Hair Studio. And if you're one of the guys on the Clash of Conferences, which there's like, I don't know, 400 of us at this point, go see Lean. You get a discount. So again, Sparrow Hair Studio. And if you're near Juice, go see Juice. Right, Juice?
Right.
I want to
Right.
go see Juice anyway. I want to go see the shops. Yes, I'll come see Juice soon.
Now, also, it's probably in Topher's truck, so I'm not going to expect him to go get it. Also, his team lost. But if Topher wanted to go get it, he would go get his 3D print chain from Lotwin.
It is
So
in the
again,
truck.
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, if you're looking for something to celebrate, whether it's, hey, maybe it's fantasy football that's coming up. Maybe it's for basketball that's concluding. Maybe it was for March Madness that just went by. I don't know. You tell me. But the moral of the story is that if you want to get a chain, 3D printed, go see Lotwin. And once again, Michael can attest to it. They will not make you spell their name.
They will not.
Maybe Mike. I don't know.
You could also
I
go get
can
a
spell
Clash of
their name
Conferences.
now. I got a Clash and Conferences chain myself.
Yes, you could also. That's what I was going to say. You could also go to Clash of Conferences chain if you're a big fan of us, and yes, do it. Sport it out there and represent.
Alrighty. Let's talk about the Knickerbockers. Yay! Crabs in a bucket. Woo! Topher, get down here with the rest of us. Yes.
I'm here. I'll have to say we went further than everybody else, and that's pretty much what I predicted. It's pretty much what I predicted. I expected to play the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals, but unfortunately, you weren't able to get there because of us. So we were built to beat you, even though I wasn't the one that took credit
He's
for
been
it.
holding that in for 2 weeks.
Hey, even though I wasn't the one that said it, even though Mike said it, it was my boy Mark, who I know watches. He said it all year. He was like, "Man, we're built to beat this team. That's why we got Bridges. That's why we got OG. It's why we got these two wingmen." And we did beat them. We let them shoot their threes. We played them. We beat them, and then we ran into Indiana. And I discredited them. I thought we would beat them. I think Game 1 was the one. Man, we blew that big lead, and that might be why Tibbs is fired. That might be why he's fired. And I don't know if you guys remember, I've been wanting to say this. I'm not one to cry about the refs and everything. We blew the 14, 15-point lead, but there was a play with about 37 seconds left where Brunson made a layup and it was goaltending. They didn't call it. We were up 5.
Hold
Hold
on.
on. I want to finish. And you can say whatever you
Okay.
want. There was 37.5 seconds left. You can look it up. And Brunson was going for a layup, and it was clearly goaltending. We were up 5. They didn't call it. They called it a block. They hit a 3, so now it's a 2-point game. And then we missed and it was still, once again, our fault. Bunch of front ends of 1-and-1s. Didn't get it done. Bad coaching, whatever you want to call it. We lost the game. And then we went down 0-2. I mean, and as simple as that. But if we win that first game,
Before
man,
you move on from the refs, can we revisit your comments from round 1 about refs?
Yeah, I said the same. Well, it's a little different.
No,
Though,
no,
Mike.
no. It's not a little different. It's not. You didn't say the same thing.
I never
It was
real.
very
Look,
different.
Did
I
You
somebody
know,
order
always.
Mike be taking
waffles?
notes.
I'm not one to cry about the refs, and I understand where you're coming from.
Well,
But
hold on.
the
What,
reason
Mike? Make your point. What's your
I know
point?
what he's talking
That
about. He's
way,
talking about the Tim Hardaway. He's talking about the Tim Hardaway play. I
yeah,
know
you
exactly.
should
I
have
know.
lost the game,
No,
and
but
and
listen,
you were all about
my rebuttal to
you
that.
could have done 15 other things to
Listen,
win that
listen.
game. Had nothing to do with that one last
No,
shot.
no.
Yeah, oh
That
yeah, roll
and
the
I'm
tape.
still blaming
Roll
the
tape.
Knicks
Because
when I
then
said
you're
it.
like, oh, I'm always right, but you
No,
waffle.
but no,
You
I don't
change your
waffle.
points of view.
No, I like to
fit your
troll.
Knicks or your Giants situation
No.
every single time.
Giannis and Brunson will go 82-0. Like that was just for you. I sent that just to you today, and only the people in the basketball chat seen it. But you always act like you're Mr. GM and gonna get it right. We could don't. I wouldn't be surprised. Like I wouldn't. I agree with you 1,000% either. You got me going off the rails now because I was still trying to talk about. I'm still trying. I want to go back to Tim Hardaway.
He's flustered.
I want to go. No, I'm not. I want to. I'm rewinding a little.
Junior or senior?
But I'm gonna get this
Damn,
all
I got
out.
caught waffling again.
I'm gonna get this all out, and then we're gonna move on back to the Tim Hardaway. He pump fake.
Junior or senior?
I'm talking about the Tim Hardaway play game one against
He's
the
talking
Pistons.
about the game they should have lost, and they probably shouldn't have even ever
First
played
of all,
the
we were
Celtics.
down. Same deal, right? We were down like 20 points that game. They blew a big lead, and then he was trying to draw the foul, dude. He was deliberately trying to draw the foul,
Yeah, and he got fouled.
Now, dude, it was not. It was weak. It was weak, and he blew it. And
But
we got a call, and they did come out later and say it, but it happens all the time.
And
just
you
happened to us.
agreed at that time that it was a foul as well, but you said it didn't matter.
And I said it don't matter. I'll take the win, and every single body else on this podcast would have taken the win. If that was the fucking Hornets, you would have took the win. That's exactly right. So, and then I'm gonna go a little later against the Pacers. There was another big call in that game that the people don't remember when Deuce McBride hit a three, and it would have got us within one, but they said he stepped out of bounds. But if you go back and watch, he never stepped out of bounds. And Karan knows it, and Tony and Anthony knows it. But we ain't crying. We lost. But my take was Eastern Conference Finals, and now next year is Finals or bust.
Tober, can I ask you something? Because I know
Finals or bust. Now, what was the other thing? Hold on, one more thing. What was the other thing now? I want to get it all out. This is my last episode with the Knicks.
Yeah,
you started it. So we go for Tim Hardaway. We go for what was the thing?
The Knicks hour.
What was it?
He's still going to be at the end of the show like, I didn't get my points.
No. I'm almost there. Let me get it out.
Time.
Let me get it out. What was the thing?
Please let me finish. I can't finish.
Let me get. What was the last thing?
Oh my God!
Yeah, leave that guy alone. You see Kyrie? You see Kyrie stuck up for him? Leave him alone, man.
Yeah, he's a great.
Look, it don't matter. It'll come back up. No, I don't remember where we were at.
Can I ask you a question though? Like
Go for it.
Would. Okay, I'm sure, right? If I were to listen to talk radio around here, I'm going to get a very biased opinion most times, right?
Probably.
So I'm sure I don't know who you listen to, but
Ben, this is for you, by the way. Ben, this is for you, by the way.
We're talking about basketball. We don't need that. We don't need that in here.
Basketball season.
Are you aware that a lot of NBA podcasts and ex-players and pundits are like kind of laughing at your team because they said exactly what you said? Yeah, you built your team to beat the Celtics. You just forgot to build it for any other team. Good job. Yeah. So, and your team's falling apart because Brunson and his daddy and all that is causing riffraff on the sideline.
I think that's why they fired Tibbs. And I was thinking about something today, and I was waiting for you guys to ask me this question, like who I would want. I don't think they really. The plan wasn't really to get Jason Kidd, or the plan wasn't really. I think they're just doing their due diligence because they're all on crappy teams, and they all have an opportunity to get out of their contracts. So they're doing their diligence. It's always that guy. It's always that no name. How many coaches in the last couple of years came up from behind as the next guy up, like the assistant head coach, and then like your coach, the Boston Celtics guy. So there's somebody that I wasn't really thinking about. There was somebody I wasn't thinking about, but there is somebody I think the Knicks should go after, and there's a good chance. And I know the Suns should have taken him, but they didn't. If you guys know who that is, we can talk about it. I think Ben does.
Well, have the Knicks called the Celtics about Joe Mazzulla? I think they're just going to call every team to see if they can
I
take
think
their coach
I think they're just doing their diligence, and I don't think they would trade.
on
And,
every team in the league. Yeah, yeah.
no, I mean,
Who's the Hornets coach? I don't even
I
know.
think we
Check
Who's
already
him
the
know
off
who
the
the
Sixers
coach
list,
is
coach?
going to be,
man.
though.
Yeah,
Check
who
him
I
are
think
off the
they?
list.
I think it's Johnny Bryant. I think that's who they're going to go after. He has from the Cavaliers, Johnny B. Listen, he was an assistant for us.
Mhm.
He was and Tibbs got coach of the year. He was an assistant for Cleveland when he got coach of the year. He's an up and coming coach. He's good at like point guards and helping point guards. You guys say Brunson dribbles the ball too much. I say you bring him in. I still like Mark
I
Jackson.
don't think that's who they're going to go after for one reason.
I want to hear that.
The window. Go ahead. My bad.
I was just going to say Mark Jackson. I know a lot of people think it's a flashy name. I like it. And then trading, I agree with Mike. I like me and Mike both agree. We were texting separately on the side this week. I don't want to trade for a coach, but if I was going to trade anything for a coach, I would trade for Jason Kidd that pick to Washington. I mean, I know it's an 8. What is it, Mike? You know more than me. What is it, like an unprotected 8th? I heard rumors that the best it's going to be for us is like maybe 2 number 2s. So I would trade that pick for Jason Kidd if it meant bringing a coach with familiarity with Brunson. I would do that. But if not, I want the no-name coach. I want the guy that nobody's even thinking to come in. We're ready, man. We're turnkey. We're ready. We need to.
But you have to. I don't believe, and I don't recall you ever saying anything like this a week ago before
I would have kept
everybody
Tibbs.
else turned you down.
I would have kept Tibbs.
I wouldn't have kept Tibbs, so I'm not going to knock them as much as I've said that they have
I
fumbled
like
this
Tibbs.
coaching
You know I
search
said
so
that.
far. I
But did we
think
fumble it,
Tibbs
or are we
was
just
not the right
really
guy.
letting nobody? How do you know
Did
they
you
really?
see? Did you see that there were several Knicks? They weren't named, but there's people saying now, and it's reported, true reports, that there were Knicks saying in the exit interviews that they didn't want to play for Tibbs anymore.
I heard that.
At the end of the year.
And I also heard people say they don't want Brunson's dad to become the coach either. I've
Well,
heard that.
of course, man. Nobody
Right.
wants
Oh, man.
anybody's dad to be the coach from little league up
Nepotism.
to pros, man. That's
Nepotism.
doesn't work too often.
And I would have ran it back with Tibbs. Like I would have.
Juice and Ben, can I ask you guys a question on a scale of 1 to 10?
Well, I wanted to
on
ask
how
Juice.
sinister? What about if the Celtics? We can say that the Celtics got out coached by Tibbs in that round, right? So what if we just brought Tibbs
Easily.
back
Yep.
and had him be a defensive coach for the Celtics?
Oh man.
Ooh.
That would be ugly.
Oh,
So why aren't we getting Brian? Juice?
Ah.
That's just one that I think is a possibility. Plus, he wouldn't have to change the staff too much. He wouldn't be as expensive.
I think I think the Knicks owner is
done.
a little, yeah, kind of.
I think he's letting Rose
I-
do whatever he wants.
I think he. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, not Rose, not the owner. I meant to say Rose. My fault.
You think Rose is dumb?
Yeah, because
Everything-
not dumb. That's not the best word I want to say.
Everything he's done since he's been there has projected us in this direction.
I
Everything.
think he's progressive and old school at the same time. The reason I say that, like the window that you guys have is right now. Are you going to waste the window on a rookie coach? Or are you going to go after Mike Malone?
I don't think they have any.
Preach.
I don't think they have
Preach,
any.
Juice,
preach.
preach.
I don't think they have any interest in Mike Malone.
Really?
But if your window is right now though, like,
that's my argument. And that's my argument. There's a lot of coaches right now that are coaching really well, that came up as assistant head coaches and first timers. Their coach, Mamula, right? How you say it?
Missoula?
Missoula, yeah. He
Are
wasn't
you
a head
eating
coach.
popcorn, sir?
No, I'm eating these things are great. These they're mints.
Okay, not at the
Topher,
doctor's office.
It's not good on your mic.
You have the
sorry.
worst
Steven's
breath.
gonna hate you later.
Stop
Topher.
eating
Sorry.
I can
off the
smell you
screen.
through the screen.
It's for them fire takes I got.
wait, all right. So what were we saying? Oh, about
Yeah.
taking
I don't think he had it. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys.
Oh, my God.
You guys are trying to say, like, I think they're just doing their diligence. And like, what if Kid? Yeah, they're good coaches and everything, right? But what have they really done, guys? Just because they're the hot commodity Maybe we
I
do
mean,
go
he
get.
went to
Maybe,
the
talking about the
finals
Knicks?
last year.
and I like Mark Jackson, right? Because I give him credit.
Oh
Like
wait, I
he
do got
he
something to say about that.
he didn't get
After
the
Mark,
rings. He didn't get the rings, but I feel like he built them Golden State teams, man.
that's a fact, and that's one
Yeah,
thing I will
yeah.
I
always
don't
hate.
hate Mark Jackson, man. And
Mark,
Van
I
Gundy
want
ain't happening. I like
I
Van Gundy,
wanted
but
the
it ain't
Sixers to
happening.
go after Mark Jackson so bad because I feel like he just got robbed of what, like just what you said, Topher, what he built in Golden State. And even
Yep.
all the players say that. I remember their first season in the San Francisco arena. They were interviewing Clay when he was coming back from injury, and they had Mark Jackson interview him, and they specifically asked Mark Jackson about like the system they play, like how they move the ball, just open shots, obviously heavy threes, stuff like that. And Clay laughed on live TV on TNT and was like, "Well, coach, this is your system." Like just straight up. It's but he
He
still
he
no one ever looks at
he
him.
he created the Splash Brothers, man.
Facts. Facts. Thank you.
He
Thank you.
built maybe what Curry is. Like I don't know. I would take Mark Jackson back. I mean, I would bring
Yeah.
him in, let him. And I know. I don't know.
I wish Nick Nurse would hire him as an assistant. Just bring him just to get him in. At least get him back up because that his mind. He's a point guard. He knows and an OG point guard. He do everything, knows everything. Like
If you can gas them up and talk crap, which that's kind of what you need. These guys all I feel like they're all soft in some way. So Mark Jackson
yeah,
would be a
no,
good.
you're right.
Guys also have to remember this isn't just coaching any old NBA team. This is the New York Knicks in the biggest media market in the country. I mean,
True.
it's been 25 years since any coach got the Knicks to the East Finals. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna pour one out for Tibbs.
Tibbs, I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
Respect.
poor Tibbs.
And you guys
Like
know I gave Tibbs a
that was
hard time.
brutal.
Notice your bottle was empty.
That's crazy.
But,
Hey,
like I understand holding like someone to standards of championship or bust, but when you haven't won a championship since 1972, 70,
73.
73.
Yeah, I mean, I
So,
agree with you, man. That's why I didn't like firing. But you guys ragged on me all year, like, oh, he's the reason he tires everybody. Look, nobody got hurt. We played everybody healthy. Maybe they think they peaked out. Maybe they think this is the team, but this is the best he could do. Like Patty said, he asked that question a couple times. Maybe that's what they think. Maybe they knew. Maybe it was game one. Maybe when they blew that game and then lost game two at home in the Eastern Conference Finals, I was bragging about that. I was like, man, we got home court in the Eastern Conference Finals. We blew the first two games, man. They're like, that's on him. Maybe they think this is the
yeah,
team.
I think they listen to the players. I think it's that
They
simple.
a lot of them did.
I think you had multiple players in that locker room that told
Possibly.
management they didn't want to play for this guy anymore, and that's why
I
it
heard
came
that.
out of nowhere. Because no, I don't think anybody from at least from public statements would have ever expected the players to say that behind closed doors. But if you look at Thibs' history, I mean, like in the same article where I was reading this today, he's been voted in multiple years by the players. They do these surveys every year as the coach that players would least likely to play for or least want to play for. So I mean, he's not a player's coach. I think all these guys all year long said the right thing publicly because you have to. But I think management listened to what these guys said behind closed doors, and that's the reason why he got booted. I don't think it had
Why
nothing to do
did
with anything else other than that.
then why did Rose go back? Why does Carl Anthony Towns say he credits and a lot of them they credit their best ever play is with him? Like they say that like Jalen Brunson loves him. The only one
They
I
said
heard
that this
really
week, or they said that
Brunson still
during
says
the
it.
year.
Brunson still says it. He said it after they lost.
Because
You can look-
everybody says that during the year about their coach.
I know,
I mean,
but-
unless there's like a heated, situation, but like
I'm-
most players aren't out there throwing their coaches under the bus during the year.
100%.
They're
I'm
all
saying after he got-
like, good things.
I'm saying right after we lost the series and everything, they asked him. I'm saying they asked. They had him on the roommates podcast. They talked great about him on there, and they didn't have to have him on there, so they actually like him enough to have him on their podcast. Like there's a
true.
lot of, and then like Derrick Rose, Corey blames him. A lot of people blame his career downhill is from him, but he came and played for him to end his career in New York. Like he wanted to play with him again.
Topher.
Carl Anthony Towns. Best year he's ever had.
I was going to ask you that. Have you noticed a trend, though, is that everywhere that Tibbs coaches him, he ends up getting fired?
because he maybe ain't the guy. I guess he ain't the guy to get him over the hot. And that's what I think. I think they think this right. And they probably aren't going to make a lot of moves. They don't have to make a lot of moves. They got to tweak the bench a little, grow on what they got,
I
and
mean,
get
they
the
ain't
right
gonna make a
coach.
lot of moves. I thought we were getting KD and Giannis and
KD is actually the one that is more likely, but you would have to give a lot.
AD.
That's
AD was
you,
in there earlier today. You were getting him.
dude. It's the same things
Yeah,
you
it's gonna be an
see, man.
all-star team, Rick.
Nah, they ain't getting all them. I can see them getting. I can see them getting a coach they want, and I can see them like tweaking their bench a little. But I hear like Carl Anthony Towns for like Durant, and it's like I get it. But then for 37-year-old Durant, and everybody's like, well, Carl Anthony Towns is a liability on defense. Now you have Durant out there. Like,
Nah,
I don't know, man. I wouldn't do it. I don't think I would do it.
37-year-old Durant is still better than 95% of the league.
That's what I'm
Still gets
saying. Like,
buckets.
so let me ask you that. That's what I'm saying. So you asked me that. Like, you put him in the playoffs. You put us in the playoffs with Durant and not Cat this year. Do we beat Indiana?
I don't know, but I mean, I would like to see that.
Yeah, I think
That's
you
a
do.
That's a possibility.
Because
That's
if
the
if
Giannis
you,
one is so far fetched. Giannis would have to
he's not
demand
leaving.
a trade to New York.
He's not
That's
leaving.
the only way we can get in on it. That's the only way.
And it
I agree
still
with you,
probably
Mike.
ain't going to happen because the Bucks are not going to take 50 cents on a dollar when they get $1.25 from somebody else.
I still, but then there's other things, man. There's other team trades. You could have a 3-team trade. There's a lot of things
Chris,
that can
you
happen.
still got to have things of value to give up in a 3-team trade, and it's you don't
that's
have that
why-
level of stuff.
And that's why I would roll with what we got, get a coach you really want. And if they want to use that draft pick to do something, because it's not really going to be a first-round draft pick for us. So, like, I would trade. And if you really like Jason Kidd and they were like, give us that pick, I would do it. That's the only way. Other than that, I wouldn't trade for a coach. Nope.
you think they really well, I can't imagine them really going after Kid again.
What's the fascination with Jason Kidd? He made the finals last year. That's it.
I agree, guys.
I mean,
don't think it's
I think so.
I agree.
Respectfully,
I agree. He just likes Brunson. He really likes
He
Brunson.
bounced him around so many different teams. He coached New Jersey, coached Milwaukee, he's coaching in Dallas. Now he's going to New York.
That's the other tie. That's the other tie. There's a back door. If he can end up in New York, that's another backdoor way to maybe somehow work something out with Milwaukee for Giannis.
Well, you know what, Topher? I'm going to try to backdoor us in the
I'm not saying I agree with it
about
or think it's right or think
Exactly.
it's like I'm not being delusional. I just hear dumb crap every day about it. Go ahead. I'm done. No more Knicks talk.
I was going to try to backdoor us in the halftime. I said, what do you think about that?
All right. We can do it.
The most tempered answer of all time. This guy fired up about everything.
Because I'm the
but then all of a sudden-
GOAT, baby. I'm the
Oh,
GOAT.
man.
Let's go.
Oh, let's get there.
Why did I ever say that?
There
I
you go.
created a monster. I created a monster.
Dude, that was a funny clip. I love that clip. Chris
All right,
Topher
we're going to the half. We'll be back.
What up, everybody? The Beard is here. Hey, I want to give a quick shout out to one of our sponsors, the law offices of William P. Harrington. Credit card litigation, Chapter 7 bankruptcy, estate planning, estate administration, guardianships, they do it all. As a member, listener, follower, supporter of our network, they are offering you a 15% discount on these services. So if you are in the Pennsylvania or New Jersey area, schedule your free consultation today.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening. Just a few quick reminders for everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Michael Jordan is the GOAT. And check out our fellow podcaster, Jim Montgomery, with This Day in Philly Sports History. Thank you.
And we're back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second half of the Classic Conferences Basketball Edition. We're here to beat on the Knicks, but also we're going to jump right into it. Michael, my favorite person to do this introduction. Do you know what time it is, sir?
It's Mat Libs time by Rick Ramon.
Yeah. Do you want to check the watch? Should I check the watch?
What was that?
Do you want to check the watch, or should I be looking at my watch? Is it?
You better check your watch. I don't know if there's a specific time, but I know it's Mat Libs time.
It is Mat Libs time. Thank you, Michael. So once again, as we always do around here in true fashion, content manager, if you will, please cue the music. Oh, this one. That's gonna come back and haunt somebody. No, they're quick. They're quick. Easy one goes bye-bye. And we're back. All right, let's go, boys. I got lots of questions to make sure we can do them nice and quick, all right? So, here we go. Michael, I have some very interesting questions for you. You have been on all the pods. We know your resume beats mine, and I'm still chasing you. However, with that said, of all the podcasts that you've been on as a host or panelist, which one makes you laugh the most?
Oh man, it's got to be the OGs. Easy.
Easy, he says. He does that intro and then says easy. Okay.
I like it.
They're all. I mean, like there's always funny. Every single one has its moments where you're like, man, that episode was incredible.
Well,
But I always go back to those four guys.
that's fair. Okay, I'll give it to you. All right, fine. Ben. We know how the season ended. I did not get to talk to you on camera about it yet in this fashion. So, what if you could be our, fantasy GM, off-season targets, thoughts? What are you trying to do?
Oh, man. I feel, unfortunately, given the cap situation, the new ownership, the way the year ended, that it's sayonara to our boys, Kristaps Porzingis and Drew Holiday. We wish them well. They got us a title. They gave us a lot of good moments, but unfortunately, money runs the world. So they'll be out the door. I don't know what type of return that we can get, but hopefully it's similar to when Brad Stevens dealt the corpse of Kemba Walker to OKC for Al Horford.
Yep.
Or even like I don't know if this is still a thing, get a trade exception. I remember that trade exceptions used to be a big thing.
Yep.
So we can get like a $20-30 million trade exception, and then if someone's having an off year next year or someone just needs to get traded, maybe we can like swoop in, in case that we're struggling after blowing up the team and while we're waiting for Tatum to come back in March.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know a lot about how any of that works, but the one problem you're going to have is that nobody's got cap space this year. It's only one team. So it's going to be hard for teams to unload money.
Yeah.
Real
Something's got to get figured out.
Or extend, like, if we have to keep one of these guys and revamp their deal, kind of like, how guys would on the Patriots all the time to help with the cap. And right? So if they could figure that out or do something that you normally don't see out of a GM, I'm sure Brad will figure it out. So I have faith in him.
I've
been hearing a lot of Daniel Gafford. I think he's on the Wizards. I heard that's been in a couple mock trades.
The big?
He's on
he played for the Mavs
with
before?
the Mavs. He's on the Mavs now.
All right.
Okay.
I like him.
Yeah.
He's
serviceable.
Him and Lively just swapped the minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one guy I've heard a lot. I'd take him.
Juice. I hate to keep harping on the same thing, so I promise this will be the last time, but I just want to know if we were doing betting over under on games played from your big three next year on the Sixers at 150 games. So an average of about 50 games per person they may or may not miss. What are you taking? The over, under?
You could probably get a full season out of Maxey. It's 82.
I don't
if you're
know.
lucky.
I don't
If
know.
you're lucky.
He won't get 82 either, but it ain't because
it all depends on Joe.
You might got 82 over here out. You got 82 in. What are we doing, PG?
The corpse of PG.
I have a proposition, Juice. Hear me out. Here's what I think the Sixers should do. I think they should clear up their last roster spot. They go sign Gilly. Gilly can ball. Gilly's on the team. He absolutely berates these guys the entire season, and it just berates them into greatness. That's it. It's really all it is. And if not, then he just gets them off the team because he makes their lives suck.
I think. So wait, I'm going back to the original question, the over under. Because like, to be for real, we suck. I really don't know. Like I've been trying to rack my brain so
Did you hear
hard
that,
about how to
Lewis?
fix this team.
You suck. All right.
I
just want
wanted
Lewis
to
hear
say,
it.
do you hear that, Chris? These guys over here are both acting like realistic fans.
What did I not do anything? What is not realistic about me? I told you we were going to the Eastern Conference Finals, and we did. You don't think we could do it with Jalen Brunson, and we did. Go ahead, Juice. I'm sorry. I don't want to make this about the
You're
Knicks
good.
again.
I don't even remember what the question
I
was.
nailed it.
Too late.
I'm not
Too
even
late.
gonna lie.
And I picked the OKC to win a championship, and they're going to win a championship.
Okay, you and everybody else. All right, Juice.
So
I think I broke his brain with this
no.
map. Here we go.
All right, so say the question again, but I don't even remember where we're at now.
Over under 150 wins. Over 150
Games played. 150.
Yeah.
Between
So
the
they
three of them.
each can get 50 games in, and you got 150. But Joel only played like 38.
Joel's playing like 20.
I gave him 38, man. I'm giving him 38.
I'm taking the under.
He won't play back to backs. He ain't gonna play back to backs. He's gonna miss a bunch of games. He'll get an injury where he misses 2-3 weeks or something. Then he'll get sick. Then he'll get mad at somebody. Yeah. Then he'll get suspended.
Maxie's gonna play 82.
He ain't gonna play 82. He's gonna play
He's
gonna play like 69.
West.
But that's it. That's why I think Maxie's gonna play 82. Because he'll do until the trade happens. He's
no
gonna do
reason,
anything he can
but
to
no
get
reason.
out of here.
No reason.
Gonna play 82 for somebody.
82. I have to.
No, just not. Well, just not for the Sixers. All right.
All right, Topher.
Yes, sir.
On a scale, and you can. I want to know if Corey. Have you been talking to Corey about this when I asked you this question? Tell me the answer. But
we talk.
Well, okay, good. So on a scale of 1 to 10. How scared are you and Corey of playing me in basketball? Because I'm out here putting in work, and you are not.
1 the lowest and 10 the highest. 1, maybe -1.
Oh,
we're not scared. We're not scared.
Hold on. I know for a fact there's no way Corey's excited about this.
Oh, I've been talking cash trash to Corey.
We're already working it out. Who's your partner going to be, Tony P or Ben?
What the hell are you talking about, man? This is one-on-one. I'm not. This ain't no tag team. You see this? This ain't no tag team belt. What are you talking about?
Well, I don't know. If Corey thinks he's the greatest of all time, even though I'm the one in the GOAT hat.
Oh, boy.
Matt, let's team up and avenge the Celtics.
I need you to hold the camera so there's evidence that this.
But if anybody
that occurs,
I know Mike have seen it. I know Greg felt the wrath, and I know Steven has seen us play 2-on-2. We played 2-on-2 a lot, and we were awesome, man.
King and Duck. Get the hell out of here.
Corey got no wind left. He can't get up and down the court one time.
Yeah,
silky smooth jumper though. My dad was like, he like it got eyes. That's what my dad used to say when Corey would shoot. Come on now.
All
like
right.
it got eyes, baby.
Well,
full court or half court?
Half court, dude. We're not running up and down no court.
Oh, you scared?
Well, look, that's the handicap. Like Mike said, I'm 47 years old, Matt. I'm 47 years old. I'm going to take you one-on-one now. All right.
How tall are you?
I'm just a little under 6 foot. Me and Matt are about the same.
Uh-huh. All right, Ben. How excited are you to be on the upcoming baseball podcast?
I am fired up. It'll be nice to get Topher out of there, get any kind of New York talk. He can just become a listener. But, me and Topher can align, and Matt, you can as well, on our beloved under 500 Boston Red Sox, the very, very underwhelming to this point in the season Boston Red Sox. But you know what? There are good things ahead. Our boy Roman Anthony, the Roman Empire, came up the other day, got his first big league hit, had a couple RBIs last night. The other boy, Marcelo Meyer, tonight as the game is going on, 2 home runs.
Let's
go. 2.
Let's go.
The kids are going to save the Red Sox, and then hopefully we can make some moves, maybe Sandy Alcantara, maybe get some Reese Hoskins to cover first base, and then we are cooking. Let's go.
I don't know what you just said, but I believe you. So
see, when if that came out of my mouth, I'm delusional. So it came out of your mouth, so it's all good.
Whoa, delusional.
But I'm just saying, like if I would have said it, I'm supporting you, dude. I'm all for it.
All right.
I'm all for it.
Well,
I'm just saying. I'm glad you said it. It's kind of like
well,
if
I
Quran says it. If Quran says it, it's okay. If I say it, it's delusional. But I don't know nothing about the Red Sox. That's your job. You got to get me back on.
yeah. Well,
All right.
luckily for you, Topher, Sandy Alcantara is good, but he's not Cy Young. Reese
Okay.
Hoskins is good. He's not Albert Pujols. Unlike
Okay.
Daniel Jones is Tom Brady on steroids, and Jalen Brunson is Michael
Michael
Jordan times
Jordan.
1,000.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
And Topher Pete is the Tom Brady of podcasting.
Yes. How could I forget? How
go.
could I forget?
Chris Topher Pete. That's why I wore my
Yes.
goat hat tonight. He killed that.
Chris,
I need-
Oh,
just
my.
put a space in your full name, Chris Topher Pete.
You did it. I loved it. I loved it.
Oh, it took me like 4 months to figure that out, Ben. I was like, oh, I'm an idiot. Okay.
Yeah. I think we all are. Just putting a space in Christopher.
Oh, my goodness.
Love
All
it.
right, Michael. I love your dedication to your teams. I do. However, since it's Mat Libs, you can put on your imagination helmet here for a minute. So, if you could give up one of your teams, Fandom, which would you give up and why?
Shouldn't be that hard, man. Mike.
Yeah, it would be the Hornets. My other ties go back further because they were a newer franchise when I was a kid.
Did you just give the Hornets for the third time this season?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my theme. I'm sticking with my Hornets team. I'm always picking the Hornets, even when you say I can't.
R.I.P. Hornets.
Oh my God, Mike.
But it has to be the Hornets. Like the Bears got tradition. They've been around for a long time. They won Super
I only got
Bowls.
2 other teams. What do you want?
And then
I'm
the
not
Mets,
giving up
man.
on the Mets right now. There ain't no way.
Oh, you don't have a hockey team, really? Wow. You don't
Bring
have
back
a
the
hockey team?
Bobcats.
Like
I never
kind
thought
of
of that.
half-ass claim the Flyers because they're the only team I ever knew anything about growing up. And the Lindros era was kind of exciting with that whole trade thing, but I don't know. The Flyers never really gave me anything to root for. I was never into hockey.
Well, why can't you
Nah, me
root for
neither.
Pittsburgh? Why can't you be a Penguins fan?
We're like 5 hours from Pittsburgh where I grew up.
Facts.
That's what I mean.
I
That's
might
what I
as
mean.
well
Like-
root for the Devils or the Rangers or
Can you
somebody
double
that's
dip?
like
Is that a
An hour
common thing?
away.
Is that a
Yeah,
common
like
thing
me.
in Pennsylvania? Like, can you root for both franchises when there's multiple
no,
teams?
you're not allowed to root
No.
for like the Eagles and the
You're the-
Steelers or
You're
they
the
hate-
East
you
or you're the
definitely
West.
can't root for
That's it.
the Penguins and the Flyers. You definitely
like-
can't do that.
That's like saying Sheets over Wawa. You can't. We don't
Yeah,
mix.
oh yeah, Juice, that's a good one.
Ben,
I
if
hate
we
the
had
Jets.
two Boston teams, oh my goodness, we would dominate. I'd root for every single one. It'd be great.
Nah, we don't do that.
we
man.
only need one per. We got enough titles with having just one team per.
I knew
every
that
sport.
was coming. And you guys,
We don't need 3 basketball teams, 2 hockey teams,
Whoa.
2 football
There's
teams.
only-
come on.
there's only one.
Your
There's
state
only
is
one
like the
basketball
size
team.
of our largest city. I mean,
Yeah, and you know what? We still got all the titles, so that's okay. It's all right. We
Very
don't
true.
need 12 professional teams. We only need 4. That's fine.
That's true. Very true, Ben.
That's
Well
a bar.
said. Juice.
And the net. We don't claim the Nets. All right, we don't
Juice.
claim the Nets.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
they-
I gotta be real. I mean, I can't stand Boston, but
No, I know. Yes.
All right.
Celtics
Juice,
fan. You
Juice
heard it
is a
here first.
Celtics fan now. Tony
Nah,
Key's a converted
oh,
Celtics
oh,
fan.
oh,
Who else can we convert to be a Celtics
Oh.
fan?
Wow.
Mike's giving up the
apparently I
Hornets.
need
Mike-
a new team, so
Mike, apparently,
Mike's
yeah.
giving
We'll
up the
see.
Hornets.
We'll see.
Mike, there's plenty of room in Boston for you. Unless you want to bring back the Bobcats, we can try to do that. It's okay.
Yep.
Love
Fair.
it.
All right, Juice. This is a hard pivot, but I know your brain's about to go somewhere and you're going to give us a good answer. Just keep it PG-13, okay? So,
gotcha.
I'm sure you've cut a lot of people's hair in your day. Tell me about one of the worst haircuts you've ever given.
One of the worst haircuts I've ever given. I was cutting this kid's hair at a house cut, and the brother said a joke to the kid, and the kid laughed, and kind of pushed his head towards me, and I laughed and pushed the clipper like straight up out of his head. They just had a bald line, and I was like cutting like a week at this point. So I did everything I could to fix it. And I ended up just putting a high fade on it and chopped his head out. He was pissed. Came back for that second cut though, and it was fire. He was like, "Okay, it's okay."
Nice.
It wasn't bad enough to leave you. He gave you another shot.
He didn't have a choice. I was giving at that point. I was cutting people's hair for $5. You know, you start from the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And what
Brick
did
by
you do today,
brick.
sir? What'd you do this morning?
Yeah, just signed my lease for the bigger space.
There you go.
That move up.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
There you go. Look at that.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man. That's
Appreciate
awesome.
it.
Trust the
awesome.
process.
Yeah, but my process, not the
Yes,
system.
Yeah.
We got to chill on that.
I like it.
Yep.
That's
Juice
awesome.
for
Juice.
GM. Yep. I like that.
Keep Embiid away from the shop. He may not enter.
I ain't gonna hold you. I was still nah. Yeah.
He can use a barber. He's got to hit you up.
Well, see, that's the Sixers barber is the greatest of all time. His name is Kenny Duncan. That's why, if you guys remember when the night they retired Allen Iverson's jersey, he was in the lobby of the Wells Fargo Center cutting portraits of AI in the back of people's heads. It wasn't no paint. Wasn't like he's insane. Next level. He's Embiid's barber. Like he's the guy that Jimmy Butler flies out. Like he's the GOAT.
People like that are just ridiculous. Like absolutely ridiculous. A head. Somebody's head is a canvas. Unbelievable.
Yeah, for real.
Last question, boys, and it's for Topher, so he can sign us off. True Knickerbocker style. So, Topher, who do you blame in order, 1, 2, and 3, for the downfall of your season?
It wasn't a losing season. It wasn't a bad season. It wasn't a bad season.
It didn't end in success. It ended in defeat. So what were the 3 variables that contributed to those factors?
You want me to go Giannis on you and give that rant like he did a couple years ago when they lost? It doesn't mean you sucked. We learned. We're growing, and we're going to be.
It's not asking you why you sucked. He's asking you why you lost.
I just think we aren't quite there yet, and we gotta. But obviously, they believe it was Tibbs. I gotta believe in my GM. That's who's there. That's what I'm trusting. I'm trusting the process. I gotta.
Right, so Tibbs number 1.
Tibbs number 1. That's it.
That's
Tibbs.
It. Just Tibbs.
Nobody else got fired. Nobody else got fired.
You will never be able
to trick him into saying anything bad about his team.
I'm not waffling or nothing. It's the truth. It's legit.
That's absolutely. You're right.
It's the opposite.
You are right about this one. You do not waffle. You will never say anything bad about the Knicks or the Giants.
And there's that dumb shit again.
Chris Topher Pete is being Benedict Arnold to Tibbs right now. This is just insanity.
Throw him under the bus.
Insanity.
No. I'm not throwing him under the bus. You asked the question, and the facts are he got fired. And I would have kept him because now we're sitting there without a coach. So they better have a plan.
But the question to you was not. The question was, why do you think they lost?
And I don't think it was a losing. I don't think it was a losing season. I told you we would go.
No, okay. Why did they lose the series? Why it was not a losing season? Why did they lose the series?
We choked game 1, and we didn't come out with the right intensity in game 2 after losing game 1 at home, which a lot of times is on the coach. That's who they usually blame. So, and there's your 3 reasons.
Okay, fair.
Game 1, they blew the lead. Game 2, they didn't come out with nowhere near the intensity that they should have after losing game 1 at home. And overall, their coach got out coached. Those are 3 reasons.
All right, I just thought you got real uppity and weren't going to even start answering questions anymore. Like, I'm not just.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Okay. Here are the reasons. The most overrated player, Tyrese Halliburton, was the first reason. The second reason was the Celtics for being too good that they just couldn't beat anybody else. And then maybe Tibbs.
Tibbs, come home. Man. We'll take you back. You can be on the bench, though. Our guys are already broken, but maybe don't come back. I don't know. Anyways, boys.
Go check out
it up.
Tibbs
wrap
put
this
out a
thing
thing today. Thank the fans. Go check it out. It was really good. I love Tibbs. I would have kept him.
He shouldn't be doing this. He should
shouldn't be-
still be employed.
He
You
should
love
not be
Tibbs,
fired.
but you just blamed him, and he's the number one reason.
I did not. I had you guys forced me to answer the question.
Okay. Anywho,
Just
good
wanted
answer.
to see if you were
Anywho,
going to
sir.
name Brunson or not.
Mr. Uppity Pants. All right. We are the Clash in Conferences. We are always
Still
looking for
a little
members.
bitter.
You can come talk to Topher. He'll give you mints. I don't know, whatever he's got in his pocket that day, something like that. But if not, you can come on one of these shows.
Cards.
We can talk about all kinds of sports. We got baseball coming up. We got the combat, mixed martial arts fighting. I don't even know what to call it, but it's the Five Fingers of the Face podcast. We got that going on. We got the Mike, what do you call the members group? Give me something good. Come on, Mike. You've been doing this a long time. Give me a good
I don't know. It's always just been the members podcast.
It's just a members podcast. But that's coming back to
any member can
That's
join
coming back
on
to-
any given week and
exactly.
talk about whatever topics are going on in sports that week. It's a
Uh-huh.
great little rotating show.
And Michael, you've hosted every single one of them, so you would know. So that's why. So members.
Go, Mike.
I don't know that
Ooh.
I have hosted a members.
Iron
I can't
Mike.
remember. I guess I did host one little section of it.
Oh yeah, you definitely have, sir. So come join us.
I
Hit
even
us up.
hosted one.
Topher's even hosted one. Holy
first one.
guacamole. You can possibly host if you come hit us up. So again, find us on all the social medias. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Everybody's been getting busy. Everybody's been getting hit up recently. Been very active. So again, if you'd like to come join us, hit us up. We would love to have you. Otherwise, Topher, what time is it now?
It's that dumb shit again. It's time to go.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
See you next week.
Go Mets.
Boom, boom, boom.